October's here, and most people are packing away their gardening tools. But I'm about to let you in on a game-changing secret. This is the single most important month to set your garden up for monumental success. Right now, you have the power to plant an incredible variety of crops that will thrive both on your sunny windowsill and in your outdoor garden beds. If you miss this critical planting window, you'll be filled with regret come spring. Stick with me, because the number one crop on this list is genuinely the most low-maintenance, fast-growing, and satisfying plant you'll ever have the pleasure of growing. Welcome back to the channel where we make year-round gardening achievable for everyone. Let's get one thing straight. October isn't the end of the gardening season. It's the exciting beginning of the cool weather harvest. We're talking about fewer pests, phenomenally sweeter flavors, and the incredible pride of harvesting your own fresh produce while everyone else is stuck buying overpriced wilted lettuce from the grocery store. Before we jump into the list, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I drop new weekly tips to keep your garden thriving and productive in every single season. Now, let's not waste another minute and dive right in. Kicking off our list at number 15, we have bok choy. Now, October might not seem like the obvious time for Asian greens, but this is actually the perfect moment to plant them. Why? Because the cool weather and shorter days prevent it from bolting, giving you those perfect, crisp, and mild-tasting heads. Outdoors, it's a breeze. Sow seeds directly into well-drained soil in a sunny spot. It can handle a light frost, which actually enhances its sweetness. Indoors, bok choy is an absolute superstar. It grows beautifully in deep containers on a bright windowsill. You'll want at least 5 hours of light per day. Plant seeds a 1/4 inch deep and thin seedlings to 6 inches apart. Keep the soil consistently moist. You can start harvesting tender, flavorful baby leaves in just 30 days, or wait 50-60 days for full, compact heads. And here's a fantastic bonus tip. You can harvest the whole head by cutting it at the base, but leave the roots in the soil. Often, it will surprise you by sprouting a new set of smaller leaves, giving you a second harvest from the same plant. At number 14, we have cilantro. This classic, fragrant herb is a staple in so many kitchens, and October is the absolute best time to plant it. The cooler fall weather dramatically slows down bolting, which means you get a much longer harvest of those delicious aromatic leaves compared to a spring planting. Outdoors, sow seeds directly in a sunny location with well-drained soil. It can handle a light frost without any issues. Indoors, it's the perfect windowsill herb. Use a container that's at least 6 inches deep, fill it with a quality potting mix, and place it in your sunniest window. Scatter the seeds and cover them with a thin layer of soil. Cilantro hates being transplanted, so starting from seed right in its final home is the way to go. You can start snipping fresh leaves in about 30-40 days. For a continuous, non-stop supply, practice succession sowing by planting a new batch of seeds every 2 to 3 weeks. Here's a killer bonus tip. If your cilantro does eventually bolt and flower, don't pull it out. The flowers are beloved by pollinators, and the seeds that form are the spice coriander, which you can harvest and use in your cooking. Lucky number 13 is potatoes, for a second harvest. Yes, you heard that right. In many milder climates, October is your chance to plant a round of fast-maturing potato varieties for a unique late winter or early spring harvest. They love developing in the cool soil. Outdoors, you can plant them in raised beds, large containers, or even heavy-duty grow bags. This is perfect for using certified seed potatoes that have started to sprout in your pantry. Indoors, it's a challenge due to their need for deep, dark soil, but it can be done in a very large, deep container like a trash can with drainage holes. The key is to hill them by adding more soil as they grow. You'll be harvesting delicious new potatoes in about 70-90 days. Imagine digging up fresh potatoes in January. It's a truly magical experience. Coming in at number 12 is cauliflower. This is one of the most rewarding brassicas you can start in October. The cool soil and mild temperatures are exactly what cauliflower loves to form those tight, beautiful, and flavorful heads. Outdoors, cauliflower thrives in raised beds with rich, consistently moist soil. Give the seedlings plenty of space to spread out. About 18 to 24 inches between plants is ideal. If you live in an area with harsh winter weather, be prepared to protect them with a frost blanket or a small cold frame. Indoors, you can start cauliflower in seed trays under strong grow lights. When the seedlings are about 4 to 6 weeks old and have a few sets of true leaves, you can harden them off and transplant them outdoors to finish growing in the cool autumn soil. Here's the timeline. In about 2 to 3 months, you'll have a stunning homegrown cauliflower head ready to harvest. And here's a crucial bonus tip. As the head begins to form, you can blanch it by gently tying the outer leaves over the top. This protects it from the sun and keeps it beautifully white and tender. Imagine harvesting your own pristine, snow-white cauliflower in the dead of winter. That's the magic of October planting. At number 11, we've got Brussels sprouts. If you want the ultimate badge of honor for a fall gardener, this is your crop. These plants are incredibly cold hardy, and their flavor is famously improved by a good frost, becoming nutty and sweet instead of bitter. Starting them in October gives them a head start for a late winter or early spring harvest. Outdoors, they need space and a long growing season. Plant them in a sunny spot with rich soil, spacing them a good 2 feet apart. They grow tall and need to be staked against windy winter weather. While starting them indoors from seed this late is not feasible, you can often find seedlings at your local nursery. The harvest is a lesson in patience, taking up to 100 days or more, but the reward is unparalleled. You'll be picking fresh sprouts from the stalk long after everything else in the garden is gone. Sliding in at number 10 are peas, specifically sugar snap and snow peas. October is prime time to sow them if you want an unbelievably early and abundant harvest come spring. The soil is still warm enough for germination, but the air is cool, which is the environment peas absolutely love. Outdoors, peas are natural-born climbers. Give them a trellis, a net, or a section of fence to scramble up. Plant the seeds about 1 inch deep and 2 inches apart. In milder regions, they'll overwinter beautifully and be ready to explode with growth at the first hint of spring. Indoors, peas can be grown in deep containers, but they will still need something to climb. A few bamboo stakes or a small string trellis will do the trick. Place the container near your sunniest window. Timeline-wise, you're looking at around 60 to 70 days for your first harvest of sweet, crunchy pods once the weather warms in spring. The more you pick, the more the vines will produce. Bonus tip: soak your pea seeds in water for 12-24 hours before planting. This softens the tough seed coat and leads to much faster and more uniform germination. Number 9 is Swiss chard, often called the rainbow jewel of the garden. October is a fantastic time to start it because this leafy green thrives in cooler weather and actually becomes sweeter after a light frost. Outdoors, plant the seeds 1/2 inch deep and about 6 inches apart. Chard grows with impressive speed, and those stunning stems in shades of red, yellow, orange, and pink look absolutely spectacular in any garden bed. Indoors, it does just as well in wide, deep containers on a sunny windowsill or under a grow light. Just remember, it appreciates space, so don't overcrowd the seeds. Harvest begins in about 50 to 60 days, but here's the real magic. Swiss chard is a quintessential cut-and-come-again crop. That means you simply snip the outer leaves at the base, and the plant will keep sending up a fresh supply of new growth from the center for months on end. One single planting can keep your kitchen stocked with greens all winter long. Bonus tip: if you harvest the outer leaves regularly, the plant remains young, tender, and never gets tough or bitter. At number 8, we've got beets, one of the most versatile and dual-purpose crops you can start in October. And here's the best part: you're not just growing roots, you're getting 2 separate harvests from one plant. The greens are just as edible and nutritious as the spinach you'd buy at the store, so absolutely nothing goes to waste. Outdoors, sow beet seeds directly into loose, well-drained soil about 1/2 inch deep and 2 inches apart. It's crucial to thin the seedlings early to give the roots enough space to swell into those perfect round globes. Indoors, you can grow them successfully in deep containers. Just make sure the soil is at least 10 to 12 inches deep so the roots can develop properly. Harvest timelines are flexible. Sweet, golf ball-sized baby beets are ready in about 35 to 40 days, perfect for roasting whole. If you let them mature, you'll be pulling up large, storage-worthy roots in 50 to 60 days. The greens can be harvested even earlier, almost as soon as they are a few inches tall. Here's a brilliant bonus tip: when you roast your beets, do it with the skin on. After they're cooked and tender, the skins will slip off easily in your hands. This method locks in all their natural sweetness and makes them much less messy to prepare. At number 7, we've got scallions. These are the ultimate easy win crop for October. Planting now, either from seed or from sets, allows them to establish a strong root system for a continuous harvest. Outdoors, they are incredibly low maintenance. You can sow seeds directly or plant sets about 1 inch apart in a sunny spot. They are surprisingly frost-tolerant. Indoors, they are practically foolproof. You can even regrow them from kitchen scraps by placing the white root ends in a glass of water on your windowsill. For a more substantial harvest, plant them in a container with soil. You can start snipping the green tops for a mild, fresh onion flavor in just 3 to 4 weeks. For full-size scallions, expect about 60-70 days. The real bonus is that they are a classic cut-and-come-again crop. As long as you don't harvest the whole plant, the white base will keep sending up new green shoots. Number 6 is carrots, a classic cool season crop that October suits to a T. Carrots genuinely taste sweeter after a touch of frost, as the cold triggers them to convert their starches into sugars. Planting them now means you'll be pulling up crisp, sugary sweet roots with an unbeatable flavor. Outdoors, sow the seeds directly into soft, sandy, and stone-free soil, about 1/4 inch deep. Carrots despise rocky or compacted soil because it causes their roots to fork, split, and twist, so taking the time to loosen the bed deeply is a non-negotiable step. Indoors, you'll need a very deep container, at least 10 to 12 inches, to allow the roots to grow long and straight without obstruction. The seeds can be slow to germinate, sometimes taking up to 3 weeks, so be patient. Once they sprout, thin the seedlings to about 2 inches apart to give each carrot enough space to develop properly. Harvest can begin as early as 60 days for sweet finger-sized carrots, though letting them grow longer will give you larger, crunchier roots. Bonus tip, and this is a classic: plant quick-sprouting radish seeds in the same row as your carrots. The radishes will germinate quickly, marking the row for you and helping to break up the soil surface for the slower-growing carrots. By the time the carrots need the space, you'll have already harvested and enjoyed the radishes. At number 5 is kale, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the cool weather garden. If there is one leafy green that genuinely gets better and sweeter as the temperature drops, it is absolutely kale. A touch of frost works miracles, transforming what some people perceive as bitterness into a tender, sweet, almost nutty flavor. Outdoors, kale thrives in garden beds or raised beds. Space the plants about 1 foot apart, keep the soil rich with compost, and water regularly to maintain those lush, leafy greens. Indoors, kale performs surprisingly well in large pots placed under bright light or a dedicated grow lamp, making it perfect for anyone who wants fresh greens right from their windowsill. You can plant seedlings or direct sow seeds 1/2 inch deep. In about 50 to 60 days, you'll have full, robust leaves ready for harvest, but the tender baby leaves can be picked much earlier for salads. The key to a long-lasting plant is to harvest from the bottom up, carefully removing the older outer leaves and always leaving the central growing crown intact to keep producing. Here's a bonus tip that will make kale a garden staple. Plant it once, and with just basic care, it can keep producing harvest straight through winter and even bolt with new tender leaves in early spring. Many experienced gardeners rightly call it their never-ending salad bowl. At number 4, we've got garlic, the undisputed king of all fall planting. October is the golden, unmissable month to get garlic cloves settled into the ground. Plant them now, and they will quietly develop a strong root system all winter long, ready to burst forth with vigorous growth the instant spring arrives. Outdoors, growing garlic is simple. Break apart a healthy, certified disease-free garlic bulb into individual cloves. Plant each clove about 2 inches deep, with the pointed end facing up, spaced roughly 6 inches apart. Cover the bed with a layer of mulch, like straw or shredded leaves, to insulate it through the winter months. Indoors, garlic typically won't form full bulbs, but you can absolutely grow delicious garlic greens by planting cloves in a pot and snipping the shoots. These greens offer a mild, garlicky flavor that's perfect for salads, soups, and garnishes. Garlic is the definition of a patient crop. You plant in October and harvest plump, fragrant bulbs in early to mid-summer. But those greens you can start using much earlier, keeping you supplied while you wait for the main event. Bonus tip: practice crop rotation with your garlic. Avoid planting garlic or onions in the exact same spot year after year. This simple practice helps keep soil-borne diseases at bay and ensures your bulbs stay healthy and robust. Number 3 is radishes, the undeniable speed demons of the vegetable garden. If you've ever wanted a crop that goes from seed to your plate in under a month, radishes are your very best friend. October is perfect for them because the cooler weather ensures they stay crisp, juicy, and pleasantly mild instead of becoming unpleasantly hot and pithy. Outdoors, sow the seeds directly into loose soil, about half an inch deep and an inch apart. They are incredibly low fuss and fast. Indoors, radishes are just as happy and productive in shallow containers. No deep soil is needed since their roots are small. They often sprout in just a few days, and in as little as 25 to 30 days, you'll be pulling up vibrant, peppery radishes from the soil. Here's the fantastic bonus. You can practice succession sowing with radishes every single week or two. This simple technique provides you with a steady, uninterrupted supply of fresh radishes all through the fall and even into winter if you give them a little protection with a cold frame. Pro tip: as mentioned with carrots, always plant radishes alongside slower germinating crops. They act as natural row markers and help to loosen the soil. By the time the slower crop needs the space, your radishes will already have been harvested and eaten. Coming in at number 2 is Arugula. This peppery green is a rocket ship in the cool season garden. October conditions are perfect for taming its spice and bringing out a wonderful nutty complexity. Outdoors, it's incredibly easy. Scatter seeds in a sunny or partly shaded spot and cover lightly. It's so cold tolerant it will often harvest straight through winter under snow. Indoors, it's a rapid producer in shallow containers on a bright windowsill. You can start harvesting the most tender, spicy baby leaves for your salads in an incredibly fast 20-25 days. For a full harvest of mature leaves, wait about 40-50 days. The key to a long harvest is to cut the outer leaves individually, allowing the center of the plant to keep growing and producing new foliage. Here's a bonus tip. If you let a plant or two bolt and flower, don't pull it out. The delicate white flowers are also edible and add a beautiful peppery punch to salads and as a garnish. And finally, we have reached the number 1 spot. If you only plant one thing this entire October, let it be this. At number 1, we've got spinach. Spinach is hands down the easiest, fastest, and most rewarding crop you can possibly grow right now. It laughs in the face of cold, it grows with astonishing speed, and frost actually makes the leaves taste noticeably sweeter. Outdoors, spinach loves cool soil. Sow the seeds about half an inch deep and 2 inches apart, then thin them once they sprout to give them room. Indoors, spinach does phenomenally well in shallow containers. Just make sure it gets plenty of light, whether from a sunny south-facing window or a reliable grow lamp. Timeline-wise, you can start picking the most tender baby leaves in as little as 25 to 30 days. Leave the center of the plant intact, and it will keep producing new growth for weeks on end. Full-size leaves are typically ready in about 6 to 8 weeks. Here's the bonus tip that makes spinach a game changer. Succession sowing is your best friend here. Plant a new small batch of seeds every 2 weeks, and you will have an endless, uninterrupted supply of fresh spinach straight through fall and well into early winter. Now just imagine this. Stepping into your kitchen on a chilly November evening, clipping a handful of fresh, vibrant spinach from a pot on your windowsill, and tossing it straight into your simmering soup or evening omelet. No last-minute supermarket run, no limp, plastic-wrapped disappointment, just fresh, vibrant leaves that you grew yourself with a little October foresight. So there you have it, a comprehensive list of 15 incredible crops you can start this very October, both indoors and outdoors, that will reward you with fresh food through fall, winter, and well into next spring. Let's do a quick recap. Bok choy, cilantro, potatoes, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, peas, Swiss chard, beets, scallions, carrots, kale, garlic, radishes, arugula, and of course the champion spinach at number 1. That is a powerhouse lineup of fresh food that most people believe is impossible to grow this late in the year, but you are now armed with the secret. October planting is the key to earlier harvests, stronger, more resilient crops, and delicious homegrown meals at a time when everyone else is completely dependent on the grocery store. Before you go, here are a few final critical tips to make your October planting even more successful. For indoor gardening, investing in a good set of grow lights can make all the difference in the world as the natural daylight hours shrink. For your outdoor garden, never underestimate the power of mulch, cloches, or a simple DIY cold frame to protect your precious plants from a sudden, unexpected hard frost. And always, always remember the principle of succession planting. Sow a little bit of your fast-growing crops like radishes and lettuce every couple of weeks. This strategy guarantees you a steady, reliable supply instead of one overwhelming giant harvest all at once. Preparing your soil matters now more than ever. Take the time to mix in generous amounts of compost into your garden beds and containers. Think of it as setting a bountiful feast for your plants that will fuel their growth all season long. If you found this list helpful and insightful, please give this video a big thumbs up. It genuinely helps the channel grow and allows more gardeners to discover these powerful tips. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of our new weekly uploads. Now, I really want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below, which of these crops are you most excited to start in your garden this October? I'd love to hear what's going into your soil, or even what's sprouting on your windowsill. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy planting.